The groups are in, which finally means we can bring you our predictions for this year's group stages of the World's Strongest Man. Auntie Liz, can you believe these groups we just found out?
I know, it's
exciting,
very stressful. Yeah.
Stressful, some very, very tough groups as expected. Let's dive into them, starting off with group number 1.
All right then, Lozzie. So we've got Group 1, Konstantin Janasha, Pavlo Kordiaka, Pa O'Dwyer, Tom Stoltman, Bobby Thompson, and Eddie Williams.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that is a really tough group, because I would say in that group I've got 3 of my top 10 are in there: Tom Stoltman, Pavlo Kordiaka, and Bobby Thompson, all in one group.
This is not what we wanted
for Bobby. No.
Well, Bobby's trained really, really hard, but you've got Tom Stoltman in there, the current champion, and Europe's strongest man, who is exceptionally good at these events.
Very, very, very good at these events, yeah.
Like, I still believe Bobby can do it, but he's going to have to win the group. He's got to win the log. He's got to win the deadlift. They're his 2 banker events.
Yeah.
Both Tom and Pavlo are very good at the log ladder.
Yeah, they're going to be good at the loading as well.
Pavlo will drop points on the deadlift.
Yeah.
I think it's a really, really bad group for some of the other guys in that group.
I think, it's very, very rough for the other guys in this group. Honestly, I could see...
Pa O'Dwyer could pick up points on a few events.
I see... people might call me crazy. I see Pavlo Kordiaka winning the group because I don't see Tom going too crazy.
Do you think he can maintain enough points even with the deadlift?
Yeah, I think he can. I think he can win most other events.
I think looking at it, like, Bobby needs to go against Pavlo to have a chance on the stones.
Yeah, if it's against Tom.
If Tom wins the group.
Yeah.
If Pavlo wins the group and Tom is second, Tom is going through.
Pavlo did 10 stones on the stone off last year. I think if Pavlo's in the stone off, he goes through as well. Well,
I'm going to keep my fingers crossed for Bobby, because he has trained really, really hard. This is a really tough group. You've got, former 4-time finalist in Konstantin Janasha.
Yeah.
You've got Pavlo, who is just hot in form, and these events are just exceptionally good for him.
I was going to say...
You've got the current 2-time champion, and you've got the guy that just came 3rd at the Arnold's, all in the same group. This is ridiculously tough.
It's rough for Pa and Eddie, but if Konstantin comes in Konstantin's shape that we've seen from him at World's Strongest Man before, then this is... anything could happen in this group. Anything.
Honestly, I don't think anything. I think we're going to have a battle between Pavlo, Tom, and Bobby Thompson. And I think based on what Tom did last year, I think you're right. I think Tom will try and do enough early on to get himself through. And then I think it becomes a battle between Pavlo and Bobby. But Pavlo, like I keep saying, Pavlo could win this group with these events.
Yeah. And then Tom gets through on the stone off, no matter who he's
against.
As
much as I hate saying it, yes, I agree.
You have to be honest.
I think Pavlo and Tom Stoltman go through. This hurts me.
So in group number 2, we have Ian Bibi, Gav Bilton, Fadi El Masri, Thomas Evans, Alexei Novikov, and Luke Stoltman.
Okay, this is a completely different group to group number 1.
Yeah.
I think Alexei Novikov wins this group quite comfortably.
Yeah, and I think Thomas and Luke Stoltman end up in the stone off. Although Gav Bilton, if he
I wouldn't write Gav out of this.
I wouldn't. And also, I mean, we have no idea what Ian Bibi's turning up.
I know. Ian Bibi is so unpredictable, and I mean, he's never competed at Worlds.
No.
I don't think Ian Bibi's going to be
a threat.
That much of a threat. I know he's amazingly fast. I do know, like, leading up to this, he hasn't been in the best shape in terms of carrying a small foot injury. And he's not competed for so long, which just... Is he going to be a bit rusty? I know he's dropped some weight, his fitness will be good, but there's just too many unknowns with Ian Bibi. I'm going to say Alexei wins this group, and then probably Thomas or Luke battle it out, but Gav has a chance. And Gav's not a bad stone lifter as well, so if he can sneak himself into those stone off, he's got a chance. Thomas Evans is a problem for these guys.
Yeah, Thomas is really, really good. What about Luke? And you've got Fadi in there.
I've got Fadi in this group. He's going to struggle in this group, I think. He could pick up a few points on a few events. I think he could cause problems by getting between people on a couple of events. Yeah. His just whole experience and his whole kind of, he's just very new to strongman. He still needs a bit more time, but I think he can pick up points and pick up experience.
Yeah.
But yeah, for me, Novikov wins this group. I think Luke Stoltman's experience gets him through in second place.
Yeah. Okay, then we've got Group 3
Oh my
is
goodness.
Graham Hicks, Mitchell Hooper, Mateusz Kiliashkovsky, Matt Ragg, Spencer Remick, and Ivers Schmaxlis.
Well,
Now,
this group is ridiculous.
I didn't like Group 1. I absolutely hate Group 3, honestly.
So you've got-
That's another 3 of the top 10 in one
You've
group.
got the guy that came first and the guy that came second at the Arnolds recently in the same group. Plus a guy that's not been off a podium in international in the last 7 competitions.
Yeah, all in one group. That's
Wow.
3 of your top 10 there as well.
That is
I can't
brutal.
say I don't like that group one bit.
right.
Well, Strongest Man, I don't like it.
I pick Mitch Hooper to win the group. He's just too consistent. They're all probably better deadlifters than Kiliashkovsky.
Mateusz and Ivers are going to end up in a stone off in that one.
This is gutting because it's 3 guys I was
really
hoping
want
to see in the final.
final. Yeah.
So this is a really tough group.
This one hurts.
I 100% back Mitch. He just doesn't have a weak event. Kiliashkovsky, extremely dangerous, but the one exception to the rule is the deadlift. I thought he'd be in an easier group where he could pick up a few more points on a deadlift. That's going to be tough. Really, really tough.
Next then, we have Group 4. And in there is Adam Bishop, Kevin Ferris, Rauno Hainler, Gabriel Reum, Jaco Schoonwinkel, and Brian Shaw. Now, call me crazy. This group, compared to Group 3, worlds apart. I feel like...
It's a very different group. You got Brian Shaw, who
has to
one
be a
of the
heavy
best
favourite.
strongmen of all time. But other than the Shaw Classic, he hasn't won anything for a long time. He obviously very consistently top 5 at World's Strongest Man. He's still one of the best in the world, especially at this comp. I think his experience gets him through this group, no problem at all.
Yeah.
And then you could have a battle between potentially everyone.
Yeah, it's quite... Yeah.
I think Bish is in great form right now.
And there are good events for him.
Other than the log.
Other than the log, yeah. The log will cost Bish in
Gabriel
this group.
Reum made the final last year. Very good stone lifter if he's in a stone off.
Kevin's not the biggest overhead either.
Overall. Rauno could get through that group. Rauno's going to be very dangerous in that group because Rauno can win. Do you know what?
Rauno can win the deadlift and he can do very well on the Conans and the throwing. If he can get into a stone off position, he could definitely get through that group. That would make up for my disappointment in the groups if Rauno was to get through. Come on.
I think Rauno will see that
Group
group
4.
and believe he's got a chance.
He should believe.
It's not like being in group 3 where you've got 3 of the absolute favourites for finalists all in the same group, plus some really good other guys as well. That is, on paper, let's say, a much more easy group. I think Brian Shaw makes it through. And then I'm going to say...
Rauno! I don't know.
If I say Rauno, I'm going with my heart. And I would love to say
Go on,
Rauno.
what does your head say? Bish.
I think...
Reum. Bish.
Do you know what?
Kevin.
This is a hard one.
It is a hard one.
This is genuinely
Jaco.
hard. I don't think you can just say, yes, definitely one of them wins. I think Rauno, Kevin, and Bish, and Gabriel Reum, and Jaco Schoonwinkel all have a chance.
They do.
There's no sort of like guarantee in this
No,
group.
there's no.
This could be a really interesting group to watch.
Yeah.
I think it could be entertaining.
Be very
We need
close.
to keep our eye on it. I do not think it's as evenly spread as some of the other groups.
No.
In terms of bigger names, but it's an exciting group just because it is hard to predict.
Absolutely.
Come on, let's go Rauno, get to that final.
Come on, Rauno. Then group number 5, the final group. Jean-Stefan Kodobouf, obviously Coco, Mark Felix, Athor Ingolson Melstead, Trey Mitchell, Evan Singleton, and Paul Smith.
Well, on paper, you'd say Trey Mitchell and Evan Singleton.
Yeah.
But we know what's happened to Evan the last few years at Worlds. He's not had the best of luck. And we know Athor is always just there or thereabouts to
Athor will be in the stone off. You can guarantee Athor's in the stone off.
I don't think the events are that great for Paul Smith. I don't think they're that great for Mark. They're not that great for Coco either. So I think those guys have got to just battle as hard as they can on each event, try and pick up points. You never know what might happen. I think Athor will be very solid. I think Trey Mitchell wins the group.
Yeah.
And
Evan needs to
I think Evan could win the group.
And if he does, Trey gets through on a stone off.
Yes. Yeah. I think both are more than capable of getting through on a stone off.
Yeah.
if they need to. Evan just needs to calm it down, perform as we all know he's capable of. If he does that, I think Trey and Evan make the final.
So to summarise, Group 3 is my absolute least favourite group, maybe of any Strongest Man group any year.
I didn't want to say that this year. I thought all the groups would be kind of like evenly balanced. That is ridiculous.
Put Mateusz, Ivers and Mitch Hooper in one group.
World's Strongest Man. Have you been watching Strongman for the last year?
Have you been watching our video? We probably shouldn't get too cheeky.
We won't. We won't get too cheeky, but these are our 10 that we expect to make the final. Not we expect. I think there could be some amazing battles.
These are our predictions.
There's no guarantees on any of this. Don't go putting your money on it.
No.
But just for fun, we've got Tom Stoltman. We've got Pavlo Kordiaka.
In Group 1.
We have Alexei Novikov. And I said Luke. Did you agree?
I agree because Luke is better at stones than Tom.
Yep.
Yeah. And then Group 3, I've got Mitch Hooper.
I'm going to go Kilishkovsky.
I'm going to go Kilishkovsky too.
I think, it could be, Ivers could cause problems, but I think Kilishkovsky is just so good at certain things.
Yeah.
I think he won 3 events at the Arnolds.
Yeah, he's so good. He's come second at World's Strongest Man the last 2 times he did it. Yeah.
Yeah.
He'll get through. And then I think Brian Shaw and Rauno.
Brian Shaw and Rauno. Let's go for it. Why not?
Crazy. And then in Group 5, I've got Trey and Evan.
Yes, I agree with that. Trey and Evan.
As long as Evan doesn't implode.
Absolutely. And there's pressure on him. He's going to be feeling that pressure himself. But Evan, if you watch this, you are an incredible strongman. Have confidence in your ability. Go there and do what you can do.
Right then, guys, let us know your thoughts. I'm sure you're dying to. Let us know your thoughts on the group stages in the comments below and who are your predicted top 10. It all starts tomorrow. We already have our live weight parties scheduled, so please make sure you join us and check out those when you're able to, and we can all sit in anticipation together.
My mind is still blown by these groups.
Mine is. I need to lie down.
We knew that was coming.
Yeah.
It was always going to be interesting having the groups revealed. Anyway, guys, comment below. Let us know your thoughts. Come and join us this week. Lots of Strongman action. We'll catch you soon. Take care.